Welcome to Yeshiva Daf, Shir sponsor Luinish Basar Yaakov Shalom Leah Basitzchok. We're holding Basra Daf Ayin Zayin. Says the Gemara, Omar Meimar Hilchaso Oisios Niknois B'Mesiro Kirebi. We mentioned previous Daf the Machlekes and Rebbe, actually Machlekes, and we saw already also the beginning of Rav Nassan. If you be koine words, which means a shtar b'mesira or not. Is it that's what you're Makabel? Or that's your own svaro? Omele Gemara, that's what's Makabel. Amarav is svaro nami, it's also svaro. Do oisios milin. What's oisios? What's a shtar? Words. Umili b'mili loy mikni. To purchase words with words doesn't work. You need to have more than words. So you need to have a mesira. Look at Lashon Rashbam. Do oisios b'chir shtar choy milin dvorim hu moicher v'lo momen mamish. He's just giving words. Hilka maise be'adayin that in mesiro hika kinyata. No, you have to do a maise. Aval shtar achel lo mehari de mili b'mili miknu shtar lo yikone b'shtar. That's a svar that is not quite a b'shtar. Now the Rashbam, the Tais learns differently. Look at Lashon Taisis. So the Rashbam learned what is mili? Mili is the shtar. The shtar itself. The shtar itself is called mili. Mili, not creating mili. Look at the Taisis. It's short. We have a very long Taisis regarding Ichas because of Mesira and the different rights to that. But if you look at the next Taisis, it says Oisiris mili mili like bikri. Says Taisis Oimeri the Mesiras shtar kori mili. The giving of the shtar is mili. The Koma le koniloch shtar zeh dainu mili be'alma. What am I saying? I tell you, take this shtar. Giving the shtar is merely meaning saying the reason why you have to do mesiro, because if what's the meal? The meal is the mesiro, right? According to we're talking about that meal is mesiro. So what is Torah saying? So this has to go with previous tastes. This is not going into the whole taste before. We have here machlekes is the gear oisius nikas v'mesiro or a nikas v'mesiro. Our Gemara is oisius nikas v'mesiro. Mesiro works. So why it says why mesiro and not shtar? Because shtar is only words, says the Rashbam, because you have words written, and mesiro is a ma'aseh. Today's learns the opposite. Oisius a nikas v'mesiro. You're not creating mesiro. So why not? Because giving a shtar is only words. I'm not doing too much. It's only words. But writing a shtar works. So it works as different gears. So he says, Veloy, you want to tell me it doesn't work? There's two stars that we're going to discuss. Go and be zoiche in the soda for this person and write a shtar. So the Rashbam explains they did a kinyan sudar. There was a kinyan over here, right? He did a kinyan sudar, so he was koine the shtar. So he was koine the soda, and then he said he also write a shtar. He could always change his mind by the shtar. They didn't do anything for the shtar. So the soda he can't change his mind, but the shtar he could. Do the kinyan with a condition the shtar will be written. Because the soda is not nikna until the shtar is written, he can change his mind. These are the two stars we mentioned. There's a third star. Trei Adam are the two that we mentioned. In the case of the moicher wrote the star. So as the Rashbam goes on to explain, the one, if the seller writes a star before the transaction happened, who's the one who's going to lose from it? The only one who loses from it is the moicher himself. The seller loses. Why? Because the seller, he writes a shtar. If the buyer finds a shtar, it says you sold it to me even though you didn't sell it. So because the moich wants to take the risk to have the shtar ready, so it works. So if I have a shtar, he wrote the shtar early, and says the one that finds out on base, like we learned, I'll write a shtar for the seller even though the buyer is not there. Once he holds on to the karko, you're going to the shtar anywhere in the world, you're going to the shtar. Right? Once you hold the shtar, once the buyer gets the karka, he acquires the shtar. וזהו שני, נכוס שאין בהם החיוס, נקראים נכוס שיש להם החיוס, בכסף בשטר וחזוקו. So it means you koine the star together with the karka shel chayus by doing the kinyan on the karka. So the more understand, now very interesting to understand the Havim in the Gemara. What does the more understand? How you koine the star? Look at the Rashbam. The Rashbam says, so he says like this. Because the star v'chazoko, because the shkibim and the karka, shechzik b'rikrim and taltim, the kasal kedaita. What's the Havim in Ashto? The star b'mili be'almu mikri. It's mili. Shetzrat sal moichel akros l'okech. Ava b'shloi b'ashtar ledu l'okech konilei. It works with words. Kol shekin le'el d'shtar b'shtar mikri. Right? So, it works. The words works. It works over here as well. It's more geshmak because the words are the words that say take it. So he did say to take it. That's it. So he says that, but the question is, what does the Havim mean? What was the one going to answer? The one's going to answer with the first pashut. Agav shani. It's a kid in Agav. It's not a kid in Mili. It's Agav. So what was the Havim? So there's the Dresh that says. Dresh says, the Agav Mili. Agav itself is Mili. Kid in Garul. So in Kerafil Shtar, Sheino Kosu Shmoy to Misir Balexivo, on the Shiva Kokach Liknus. The Agav itself is not a Geshmak, it's a Mili Be'alma. What are you doing in Agav? Of course, you won't think it's something else. It's a Kidding Garua. Mishani, Agav Shine, the Agav Kidding Garua, the Olim Kidding Agav Kemisir Gmoro. The Afilu, the Shani Kabachlim Agav. So then he brings over the Rashbam and he says, he says, well, he points out, so this Havin is a little hard to understand. So, what was Havin in the Gemara? According to the Rashbam Pashtus, it means they didn't know when you Kori Ba'agav. According to Tais says, you know Kori Ba'agav, I thought Agav is really equivalent to Mili. Says the Gemara, no, Mili is a strong Kenyan. You can't be coining coins with Khalifim. The Agav Nikib is Nikib with Al-Karka. Where do we know that? You have this money in Bechuzoi. So you wanted Rav Shmuel Bava to go bring the money, but they won't give it to him. He's going to Mesachas Gittin because he's not the owner. Don't take a price. So he was marketing to him. How? It wasn't in his hand. Agav was saving the base. He was marketing him a piece of his house, the entrance to his house, and Agav that he gave him the money. So he was cutting by Agav. He also, when Rav Shmuel Bava gave him the money, not for he came to greet him at Tavok until this location called Tavach, but he was very happy he brought him back his money. So you see, the money is nikrit Agav. Okay, finishing the Mishnah, the Gemara quotes the Mishnah of when you sell the boat, you don't sell the slaves, or the Matzufim, the Loisa Intiki. My Intiki, my Papa Iska the Begavo, the merchandise that goes into the boat, the load. So the Mishnah. Mocher is a current, loy mocher is a produce. You sell the wagon, you don't sell the produce which the animals that carry the current. Mocher is a produce, lo mocher is a current. So mocher is a current, mocher is a produce, mocher is a produce, lo mocher is a current. You sell the wagon, you don't sell the animals, the horses. Mocher is a tzemed, lo mocher is a boker. The tzemed is the yoke that you put in the animals. And you put it on top of two animals. So you sell the tzemed, you didn't sell the animals. Mocher is a boker, mocher is a tzemed. You go based on the money. Let's see what the money did. He said, I want you to sell me the tzemed, the yoke, for 200 zuz. You don't sell tzemed b'matay zuz. It's way below. It's way higher than its cost. So he sold him the animals as well. You don't bring a rayo from the domim, as Rashbam says. So it's a gift. I'm not sure in previous that it's a bekachtos, but don't tell me that I gave you more because of the money. Says what Tani we have tachlifo ba'amarova coming to Ravo. Mocher is a koren, mocher is a produce. You sell the wagon, you sell the produce. But we said you don't. Amarlei aspe, should I take it out? Is this price wrong? To question if it's attached to it. If the horses are attached to the wagon, you're selling both. If they're not attached to it, it's a separate thing. Says the Gemara, Mochas at Semed loy mochar is a boker. Hey, what's the case? The correlate tzimdo boker boker. Each one has its own name. Tzemet means the yoke, and boker means the animals. It's two different things. Shita tzimdo zobile boker lezobile. If we made a deal, I'll sell you at tzemet. Obviously, it's sold at tzemet only, not the boker. Ve'el the correlate nami le boker tzimdo. Right? Hello, am I going to tell me that they call both. They call when you say tzemet, you mean the yoke with the animals. So obviously he sold both. So what's the discussion? Letzricha be'asro the korili letzimdo or the boker. Right? So he says there are places over here. It's a place where they called tzemet boker. The kanami the korili the boker tzimdo. Some also call both. You have a mute. Domim will show you that I'm part of the mute. That's what I meant. So if the domim is not a raya, so the more if you ain't a domim raya, that would be too mekach. If the domim is not a raya, I overpaid you by a lot, so you should cancel the sale. So the one that maybe you tell me the one disagree bitul mekach. Says the Rashbam, kloimar doino vaday islu. You have it, no. No, it's now be meani. Maybe it works, it's just to give the difference in money. But there's no bitul mekach. So he says, someone sells a toiro, an animal or a jewel. There's no ino in that, right? That we saw in Masechet Bo Metzil. These things don't have ino. Right? Dafka, these ones don't have it. So here you have a lotion, arichas Rashbam. Let's just see, because the question is what's the raya over here. So let's go to what the Rashbam explains. So he says the Rashbam like this. He brings Prusha and he says like this. In the middle of the Duhamat Chabuda. If money is not a riot to do both, why are you saying if you hold that the dom is not a riot, so why are you giving anything back? The mechir of the works. No, not only have to give him back, do you know? It should be completely cancelled. Okay? That's what we learned before. They hold, there's nothing, you don't have this problem. Maybe tell me he buys it and you don't give it back. Even though it's you're not going to force him if he doesn't want to. Rabbanan told Rabbi Yudo about these three items. That they said that Sevetoiro, Behemo, and Margolis, there's no ino because people overpay. For Sevetoiro, people pay more. For jewels, people pay more. There's no ino over there. But the other ones, you do. Everybody agrees there's enough. So you have to give back the money. The Gemara says, you hold this over to Mekach. Even though you know the problem. So the Bidu is lav davka. So the Gemara, in other words, according to Rashbam, the Gemara says, according to Rabbanan, everything works. Why everything works? Says the Gemara, you're right. It's a bitul mekach. You can't tell me, we did the purchase. Let's go based on the money and we'll see what you bought. We don't say that, and if you overpaid or you're underpaid, you get back your money. Second answer is like this. If it's a mistake that a person couldn't make, you come and sell an item, it's worth 200, and he goes, he tells him it's worth 300. Okay, a person makes a mistake. But to go ahead and something was worth 200, he sells it for 20,000, that means he gave him a gift of money. Anyway, you know it's not 20,000. Look at Lashon Rashbam as well. Let's just end it over here. וכדי שהדס טועה וסובר בליבו שכך שווה, כגון שווה בזין, או כבר בחס, והעיקר בטל מקר תוסו. וכדי שאין הדס טועה, a person doesn't make that mistake, כמסין יצא שווה פרוטי, קוראים סוי מונה ומאתיים. So that's what it is. Says the Rashbam, ומסתבלו כתירות צחון. We agree the second answer, כמו שינוי דחיקו. So we say, Rabbanan that say that you overpay, you give it as a gift, and not that you give back the money and the sales really is void. Now that's what Rabbanan meant to say. I said, Gomer, stop over here. May the show continue tomorrow from the Mishnah.